Hey guys, welcome to my EA Sports UFC 2 Boxer Creation Special using GameFace. First up on my roster of boxers is the one and only Anthony Joshua, Britain's best prospect since, I don't know. I was going to say Frank Bruno, but Frank Bruno, didn't give him his credit. He did become world champion, but, you know, he succumbed to the legendary Mike Tyson. Next up we have Mikhail Kessler even. I've tried to be authentic with his tattoos, and one half of his body is like covered in them. Very limited hairstyles in this game, but if you know Mikhail Kessler, you'll say, yeah, he looks like him. I think he does. I mean, I could have done better, but the photographs sometimes are very limited. Here we go, Miguel Cotto. Now, he's tattooed all over the place, this guy, but he's not the most tattooed. That guy's coming right at the end. I think he's probably going to come. If this is alphabetical, he probably will. Tell me in the comments what you think of that one. Next up, we have Nigel Benn, the Dark Destroyer himself. I'm really pleased the way this one's turned out. That is Nigel Benn's face. You can't mistake him for anybody else there. You know, try to use the tattooed shapes to darken the tone of the top of his head. Yeah, you know. I don't know about that one. We have one and only Manny Pacquiao. Now I've changed his body style. He's got that jinky tattoo on the right hand side. I could have spent more time on the, you know, some of his tattoos there, but he's got very slight but very subtle tattoos. Some guys have too many tattoos, and it's what a nightmare it is to create. Next up we have Sugar Ray Leonard. What a great boxer this guy was, you know. It was very disputed whether he won against Marvin Hagler. We don't know. I mean, I thought it was just a draw. That I don't think either one should have got the decision in that fight, but it's debatable, that one. We have Vladimir Klitschko. Now, a few people asked me to create Vitaly Klitschko. I've not got round to that one yet. My roster's full at the moment. I've got 22 fires on one of my accounts. Next up we have Deontay Wilder. Now I thought this one had come up last, but it's just the way I've imported the files, I suppose. But look at all the tattoos on this guy, you know. This is version 1. I mean, I am open to trying, you know, to do an improvement on this one, but I think he looks pretty authentic. He's very, very dark and covered in tattoos. But we have the one and only Muhammad Ali. Now I've changed his body style and changed his weight to at least 10-15 pounds less than he was, because he looked a bit too fat. I know he was in later life, but when he was in his prime, which is how I've tried to make him, he basically, you know, he had a decent physique on him. You know, he wasn't really fat, he wasn't really well muscled, he wasn't well cut or anything like that, but he was a great looking boxer. Here we go, we have Canelo Alvarez. This is my first version of Canelo. He's recently knocked out Amir Khan, which I knew would happen, which is unfortunate for Amir Khan because he's a great boxer, he's very skillful, but he's got a suspect chin. But here he is, the man himself, Amir Khan. You know, they've paid so much close attention to detail with what I've been creating here. And while I'm talking, I might as well shout out a lot of, well, not shout out, but just basically thank all the recent subscribers to all my UFC content. You know, I don't play the game competitively. I'm more of a graphics whore, you know. I love to make something look creative, and visually stunning, you know. Hence these being at 60 FPS and not 30. I've converted all these files to 60 FPS. So, you know, it's not just rendered at 60. It's also looking like 60. Here we go. Marco Antonio Barrera. He was involved in 3 of the best fights of all time against Eric Morales, and I'm going to create Eric Morales next, but I've not done him yet. I've not got round to it. I've been doing so much work with Uncharted, you know. I'm doing a walkthrough at the moment at 60 FPS. And this is Adrian Broner. Now this is a bit longer, this clip, because I was messing about with the fact that the last picture I saw of him, he had a big beard on him, so you'll see him with a beard. I mean, I prefer him without the beard because that's the classic Adrian Broner look, and he's got a very prominent mouth and chin, very protruding, aren't they? that's about the best photo I could get, which was a decent photo, you know, because he's one of them that you never see him just stood full face on. It's hard to get images like that. But that's Adrian Broner. I think it looks okay. His tattoos are very, you know, very faint. I don't know why I bother. It'd be very dark. Why have faint tattoos? I don't get it. Anyway, this is Chris Eubank, you know. Boxing is an art. He's really turned out well, I think, this one, you know. I've never really used him much in the game, but check out my video against Nigel Benn. And this is, speaking of Nigel Benn, here's his son Conor. If you've ever seen him, if you type in on YouTube Conor Benn's pro debut, you'll get to see him and you'll say, wow, yeah, I think I've missed one or two tattoos on that one. You know, it needs work, and I think around his abdomen he's got some writing. I don't know what it is. He's got that little bit of writing on his neck, so I'm not so sure what it says, so I've improvised a little bit, but you have to do with this game. Here we have Oscar De La Hoya, the golden boy himself. I had a very decent picture of him, but I think I could do better with that one. But I mean, if you think that looks like him, then let me know, you know. Let me know about all of these, you know. All these different boxes, how good they look. Give them a rating of 1 to 10. Here we have James DeGale. Yeah, I have an excellent photograph of him. It's in ultra high definition. But, you know, you've got to be careful with lighting, you know, and sometimes they look not the natural skin colour, so you've got to lower the saturation a bit when you're importing fighters. Here we have Chris Eubank Jr., the son of Chris Eubank, obviously, and I'm really pleased the way this one's turned out. Yeah, he looked good. Yeah, see that little bit of hair on his chin? There's a black spot just faintly, you know, merging with the hair that's, you know, when I imported the photograph into this game using GameFace. Here we go. Cut off short there. I have to mention this guy. It's Floyd Mayweather. Perhaps he's, you know, he's my best creation yet. I don't know. I mean, I think Carl Froch is. I think you're going to see him next. The way he's turned out is excellent, and the photograph I've used is not as good as the original photograph I had. Look at that. I mean, if that isn't Carl Froch, I don't know I don't know how he's supposed to look. You know, that's exactly like him. Now, since I uploaded a video of him against George Groves, I've noticed the bridge on his nose there. I've increased it because he's got a real crooked nose, especially from the side, and he's got a very prominent chin too. Next up, we have Danny Garcia, the one Amir Khan could fight again, but I believe he's won Amir Khan off because he's, you know, he's one person he doesn't want to face, because look what he did to him last time. You know, unless he's learnt his lesson and just try to box people instead of, you know, getting involved in the brawl. Next up, we have Gennady Golovkin, Triple G. Now, this is only attempt 1 at making him, because I've got a decent picture, but sometimes a decent picture doesn't mean shit, you know. It doesn't create the best fighter. Not all. I mean, the case in point was Carl Froch, you know. Next up, we have George Groves. He's most famous in Britain for his fights against Carl Froch, you know, which he lost both of them. But he's still a capable guy, you know. I think he's beat James DeGale actually in his time, so he's, you know, he's useful. Next up, Bernard Hopkins, one of America's best light heavyweights, middleweights, and he was something else. Well, actually, this is the last fighter, so there's no more to show you. I've got other fighters that I could show you, but they're not boxers. So, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little walkthrough. See you later.